the part of the Declaration of Independence that was taken out. So if you're like me and you didn't learn this in history class, there was a whole other part of the Declaration of Independence that was removed because it condemned slavery. And Congress took it out because they needed the support of the South, whose economy completely relied on slavery. They needed their support because they knew they were getting ready to start a war with the King of England with this declaration. So in Jefferson's original draft, there was a whole section of condemnation of slavery. So let's read that together, and maybe you give Jefferson another chance. All right. So remember that the Declaration of Independence was written as an indictment against King George III. So with that in mind, here we go. He has waged cruel war against human nature itself, violating its most sacred rights of life and liberty in the persons of a distant people who never offended him. Those distant people that Jefferson's talking about are the Africans who are being enslaved. And he's saying that he's just absolutely violating their rights. This piratical warfare, the opprobrium of infidel powers, is the warfare of the Christian king of Great Britain. So what Jefferson's saying, opprobrium would be a distasteful, just a disgraceful act, something to just be looked down upon. And when he's saying infidel powers, he's talking about nations that didn't believe in God at the time, that weren't Christian. So he's saying even these godless nations looked down on what this Christian king was doing, this deplorable act. Determined to keep open a market where men should be bought and sold, he has prostituted his negative for suppressing every legislative attempt to prohibit or restrain this execrable commerce. And by execrable commerce, he's talking about slavery, and execrable being awful, just detestable. He's saying that the king used his right of veto to shut down legislation that had already been put forward to get rid of slavery in the colonies. So this whole section, he's saying the king is endorsing this awful, deplorable thing that we call slavery. Yeah, it gives you a completely different perspective on Jefferson, but it was taken out. It was taken out. It was too radical for the time. So that's one little tidbit about Jefferson you probably didn't know. And if you did, then you had a great history teacher. Y'all have a wonderful day. And tune in again for more facts about Jefferson that you didn't know.